I'm Robson Green, and I'm on the fishing adventure of a lifetime. Traveling to the most extreme and exciting places on the planet. You wanted remote, Robson?
I think that's about to happen.
Welcome to the Solomon Islands in the South Pacific.
How about that? Wow.
A place where 3 ocean currents and the strongest forces in nature meet, creating the perfect habitat for some incredible marine life. And I'm on a mission to catch a trio of turbocharged fish. A speed freak that headbutts its prey.
Yes, what a take!
I beg you, don't lose it.
An ambush predator with a vicious bite.
Oh, God damn it, that was a big fish.
And a lightning-fast fighter that's evolved over 100 million years. It's not going to be easy. I'll be using all my skills and getting tips from one of the best anglers in the South Pacific.
300 casts. Without that, Robson, you're not getting a fish.
Learning how the locals do it.
Idiot. Yeah, you won't be laughing if I harpoon your leg, Bonnie lad.
These are my most extreme fishing adventures yet.
We are in! Look at that fish! Ha ha!
I'm traveling over 14,000 kilometers to the Solomons, an archipelago consisting of 992 islands.
That's a lot of coastline, surrounded by vast amounts of crystal clear water, which can only mean one thing: lots and lots of fish.
The Solomons lie east of Papua New Guinea and 2,000 kilometers from Australia. On arriving in the capital Honiara, I'll be traveling by plane and then boat to Lola Island. This place is on nature's front line, part of the volcanic ring of fire that encircles the Pacific Ocean. Cyclones can hit without warning, and earthquakes can produce tsunamis like the 2007 catastrophe that wrecked the coastline here. It may be a volatile and remote place, but there's a good reason I've made the 36-hour journey to get here.
The Solomon Islands is the perfect place to cast a line. Not just because there's very little commercial fishing, so there's not that much pressure on the ocean, but it's an area where 3 major currents converge. You've got the New Guinea coastal current, and that meets the North Queensland and the South Equatorial currents. And this collision brings lots of krill and plankton to the area. And the small fish love that stuff. And they come here in their millions to feed on it. And those small fish, well, they attract the bigger ones.
The big fish I'm after first is the mangrove jack. The mangroves and swamps around Lola Island offer some of the best waters in the world in which to catch this elusive predator. The jack is the perfect ambush predator, a ferocious fighting fish with dog-like teeth. This is the pit bull of the South Pacific, and it's carnivorous. It's going to take all my skills to land one, but I've got a secret weapon. A local fisherman who knows exactly where to find the jack.
Right. Off to meet my guide for the day. His name's Tasker. Kind of the fishing guru of the Solomon Islands. Angling's answer to Yoda. And I'm hoping the force will be strong with him today, because we're going to need all the strength we can muster.
Tasker and his family have lived in the Solomons all their lives, and with over 50 years' experience, he's one of the South Pacific's top fishermen. If anyone can help me find the jack, he can.
Tasker, how are you?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Pleased to meet you.
Robson Green.
Joseph Tasker.
Yeah, conditions are looking pretty good, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Good. The structure, this here,
Yeah.
is this left over from World War II?
Yeah, the American just built it just for the Russians.
Oh, this was the US Forces ration store.
Yeah.
One of the longest and bloodiest conflicts happened here, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And I know there's landing craft dotted around, and there's
And
guns
the
on the island, yeah.
In 1942, the Solomon Islands witnessed one of the bloodiest battles of World War II. And there are still some reminders of that conflict all along the coastline. And now I'm about to take on a battle of my own against the Mangrove Jack.
So if we don't catch today, Tasker, we're going to look pretty silly.
Oh, yes.
Let me know. I'm relying on you. I've only been with Tasker for 5 minutes, and instinctively, he looks like a fisherman, and Tasker's a man of few words, but I think he's going to do his talking on the water.
Tasker has enlisted the help of fellow fisherman Harold, an expert at navigating the vast mangrove system.
Your face is going to be shown all over the world, Harold. Me and you are going to have our own show, dude.
Harold's taking us to Zaita Mangrove Swamp, the perfect place for me to catch the jack.
There's 3 things we need. We need strength, we need accuracy, and lightning-quick reactions. 3 things I've got in abundance, I tell you.
But Tasker thinks I need one more thing.
If we go out fishing, they use the Zipola.
Yeah?
So this time I'm gonna give it to you. Täällä on tulla, tulla onia inampsati.
Oh, it's like a Solomon Island blessing.
Yes.
Thanks very much, Tasker. Much appreciated.
A blessing isn't a bad idea. Right here, the fish have the edge. And that's because of the Solomon's turbulent recent history.
Thousands upon thousands of dead trees, and it's kind of a reminder of destructive tsunami of 2007 that devastated miles and miles of coastline. But for the mangrove jack, it was a good thing, kind of created a property boom, created this incredible habitat for it, the perfect habitat for its species. I love the submerged roots of trees. They lie in wait, an unsuspecting bait fish that I'm trying to replicate with this lure goes into the kill zone and wallop!
Try the snag, Fred.
The snag here?
Tasker recommends I get my lure close to the snags and the submerged vegetation, because the jack won't venture far out of their mangrove home to feed. But I have to cast in exactly the right spot. One wrong move, and I could lose my lure on the many tree roots. The mangrove jack can grow over 1 meter in length and are vicious fighters when hooked.
Oh, God damn it, that was a big fish! Something just slammed onto that. That had to be a mangrove jack. They're here.
Something is following.
Yes! Tasker's in! Go on, Tasker! Ah, he ran you. What was it, Tasker?
Barracuda.
Barracuda.
Yeah.
There. That is on the money. That deserved a fish. It's getting up follows. I've got something. I have got something quite extraordinary. Archer. This is really a case when size does not matter. What you have there is Toxotes eucalatrix. Toxotes, it's ancient Greek, and it means bowman or archer. And you have there the archer fish. A character that has an ingenious hunting method. It fires deadly jets of water at its prey. There'll be an unsuspecting insect just minding its own business on a leaf, and with a blink of an eye, jet of water comes out here, flicks it off its leaf, the archer fish turns on it and devours it.
This fish can hit a target as far as 2 meters away. That's like an average height man spitting 34 meters and knocking a squirrel out of a tree.
Quick, efficient, and deadly. The Robin Hood of the Solomon Islands.
But I didn't come here to catch archer fish. It's getting late in the day, and we've got Jack all Mangrove Jack. After 5 hours of fishing, I can't let my concentration slip, because this cunning predator could strike at any moment.
Something's on it. Yeah, I got something I need to put attention on because that is taken. Just keep the line tight, Robson. Keep the line tight. That just exploded onto the lure. I think we might have our target. Whoa.
That's the target.
Running. What is he?
Mangrove Jack.
Yeah. He just took it into the boat.
Yes! He followed that lure all the way to the boat. That was a classic mangrove jack attack. Oh,
he's a beauty.
absolute stunner.
Stay on the lure.
He's not finished fighting yet. Hey, Tasker, the leaf did it. Harold.
Working.
What a beauty. You have there one of the best ambush predators on the planet. The mangrove jack. I mean, it really is built for the kill, and it really does punch above its weight. You're looking at 2 to 3 kilo fish there. It's compressed, it's stocky, and you really don't want to be an unsuspecting bait fish coming into this character's kill zone. Because when you turn around, you will be confronted by those. And they will cause a lot of damage. You really don't want to be bitten by this fella. You probably just have a heart attack just before it gets to you. Good fish, huh?
Yeah, good fish.
You're the man, Tasker.
Yeah.
You brought us to the right spot.
Right spot, right time.
Get in. Get in. Now we're off to catch something for our dinner. An ambush predator lurking in the shallows that's possibly even more aggressive than the mangrove jack, and known in these parts as the thumb splitter.
Yeah, manty.
I'm in the Solomon Islands in the South Pacific, where I'm after some of the most elusive and aggressive fish on the planet.
Oh, God damn it, that was a big fish.
So far, I've hooked an archer fish, the Robin Hood of the sea.
Quick, efficient, and deadly.
And managed to snag the sharp-toothed Sheriff of Nottingham, otherwise known as the mangrove jack.
What a beauty.
Now I'm on the hunt for one of the toughest crustaceans in existence, and it's also pretty good eating.
You know, in the Solomon Islands, you don't have to go deep sea fishing just to get your dinner. Right in the doorstep here, you've got oysters, you've got urchins, and the shrimp. But not any old shrimp. Lurking in the shallows there is the mantis shrimp.
The mantis shrimp is one of nature's knife men. Its claws are so sharp, it's known as the thumb splitter to local fishermen. To catch it, I'm making a rod the local way, using mackerel as bait.
It also has the fastest punch in the world, equivalent to a .22 caliber bullet being fired out of the barrel of a gun. Oh, and it's fantastic topping for sushi. There we go.
I'm gonna get myself a mantis shrimp.
The mantis shrimp has some of the most advanced eyes in the animal kingdom. Each eye has trinocular capabilities, giving it the superpower of hexnocular vision, allowing it nearly a 360-degree view.
Yeah, manty. And the mantis shrimp, they bury themselves in holes in the sand. and just lie in wait.
I'm hoping it'll be tempted to reach for my bait with its claws, and by doing so, snag itself on the hook. Tasker's on the hunt too.
So what I'm looking for is a hole in the sand about an inch in diameter, and that's where they lie in wait, ready to pounce. Oh, there's a few here. There's 3 or 4 holes. So the knack here is I lower my bait into the Mantis Shrimp bottom hole. Just definitely thinking about it. Yes, got him. Yeah, got him. I got myself one big praying mantis shrimp. Look at that. Oh, I'll feed about 4 people.
This shrimp has claws like a scalpel, and one wrong move could result in your fingers being sliced to the bone.
Okay, there are many reasons why this is such a complex and deadly predator. At the fore end there's the claws, similar to a praying mantis, that give this character its name. The trinocular eyes.
Its eyes work independently from each other, allowing the mantis shrimp to look in different directions and still perceive depth.
And when it grabs its prey with the claws, it also clamps onto it with these spikes in the tail area here. You really wouldn't want to meet this character in a dark alley. But best of all, they're tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. Everything on this fire tonight is about 3 hours out the ocean. I've been to a lot of seafood restaurants in my time, and most of them are not a patch on this one. Tastes good, Tasker. Really good.
Yeah.
To catch my next target, I'm travelling to the outer reaches of the Solomon Archipelago, to the remote island of Papura.
Welcome to Papura, Robson. Home to some of the most pristine oceans and rivers on the planet.
Papura is 160 kilometres northeast of Lola, just off the island of Santa Isabel. Its remote location makes it inaccessible during bad weather, and the island frequently gets cut off from civilization.
Well, won't see that again for 3 days. You wanted remote, Robson? You've got it.
I'm here to meet Bobby, a fish-crazed Australian expat who moved here 6 months ago because he heard Papura was a fishing mecca.
Robson, hello! Hey, Bobby! What on earth has he got on?
Bobby's been researching and charting these waters, and this knowledge will be invaluable because I'm after one of the toughest fish on the planet, the Giant Trevally.
Bobby, how are you?
Fantastic. Good to see you, mate. Heard a lot about you.
I feel underdressed. I'm loving the outfit.
Oh, mate, we'll get you one in very shortly.
Yeah.
It's not a lava in this part of the world.
Don't look up, it's landed, look.
The Giant Trevally is an apex predator whose key line of attack is to headbutt its prey. This fish can grow up to a staggering 80 kilograms and swim up to an estimated 40 kilometers an hour. With over 20 years of experience, Bobby is an expert Giant Trevally fisherman, and he knows exactly where to find them.
Big GTs love the surf zone.
Yeah.
All in the white water. So we've got to find that surf zone in the white water, and we've got to throw some serious poppers around. 300 casts. Without that, Robson, you're not getting a fish.
GTs use the reef surf zone as camouflage so they can ambush their prey. And to catch one, Bobby and I need to choose our weapons. The fishing banter has started already.
A garfish is the big, long tom, which is a zigweel.
You just said it was a long tom, though.
No, they call it long tom here. That's a zigweel.
You can't start
using
Latin
names, mate.
You've been...
Something tells me Bobby and I are going to get along.
Sailfish? Oh, this your forest part of a terrace.
GT fishing is a test of endurance and power due to the constant action of popping a lure across the surface of the water. The GT sees the lure splashing and gives chase, thinking it's lunch. The bigger the lure, the bigger the splash. The bigger the fish.
That's the reason I'm using that.
For Bobby, fishing's not just about having all the gear.
Robson, did you know if you want to catch a fish, you've got to think like a fish?
You've got to be a fish psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah? So tell me, what are the fish thinking today?
They're thinking, come on, John, go on, you go up and make their day.
I'll tell you what they're thinking. Fish fear me, Bobby.
Fish fear you.
Yeah, people don't realise that, you see. Now, what we're after are ambush predators. So, it might take a few casts. As Bobby says, you got to think like a fish.
And I've got him. Oh.
You got him? Well done, Bobby.
Here we go. What do we got? What do you call it? Oh, he's...
We've only been fishing for 20 minutes and Bobby has a bite.
I lost him.
What happened? Is he taking your hook?
He's him.
See? Never goes away, does it, Bobby? That feeling of losing a fish, it never goes away. Oh, Bobby's upset. Come on, Robbo.
2 hours, 200 casts later, and we've had nothing. Not even a sniff. And to make matters worse, storm clouds are gathering in the distance.
Oh, the bloody wind. The wind is our nemesis. It's the bloody enemy of the angler.
A storm is bad news. With the increase in swell size, fish can't see the splash of our lures.
Bobby, you're giving it all about the Solomon Islands, you and your bloody skirt. You big Jesse.
Hardcore fishermen with a thirst for punishment thrive in these hostile environments. The fish are there.
I know the fish are there to bloody sea.
Another 500 casts, Robson, go!
Okay,
You're
mate.
wasting time. Oh! Is he still there? Oh!
You in?
Yep.
Go on, Bobby, lad. Get in. That GT?
It's a GT.
We have a fish and it's taken our line, snagging it in the reef. We need to act fast. So if we can't bring the fish to us, we're going to it.
Gone into the bricks.
What's happened is the fish has taken the lure back into the reef. And if I'm not careful, it's going to take me in with it.
If you go too tight, you'll snap it. You won't be able to pull it. We got to go in.
Do you want to just wait and see if he comes out?
He won't come out.
I'll jump in the water after him.
He's got to dive in. Excellent. Another classic on the fishing adventure with Robson Green.
Bobby is a man on a mission, desperate to retrieve his lure.
That's the problem with GT fishing. You don't get it out of its reef, it'll go back in. But so determined is Bobby, he's dived in after it.
Leaving the boat isn't best timed, as the storm winds are building and the current has taken Bobby.
Where's he gone?
We need to head into sheltered waters, but first, I need to find Bobby.
Can't see him. Bobby! Can't see him. Bobby! Oh, come on! Bloody hell, where are you?
My fishing obsession has taken me to the remote Solomon Islands, where I've been catching some of the most aggressive sea life in the world.
You have there one of the best ambush predators on the planet.
Look at
But my next target makes the Mantis Shrimp and the Mangrove Jack look soft, and I've had to go even more remote to get it.
Welcome to Papura, Robson.
Now I'm fishing the reefs with Bobby the Aussie, where we're testing our skill and endurance against the power and speed of the Giant Trevally. But with a storm front nearly on us, Bobby's gone under in search of his lure and the fish that took it. And I've no idea which way the current has dragged him.
Oh, come on! Bloody hell, where are you?
Just when I'm getting seriously worried,
You left me alone on this boat! Do not do that again!
we've lost the fish and the lure. We're battered by the wind and exhausted by the constant casting. But Bobby and I can't give up.
Ding ding, round 2.
It's two men against the elements, against the odds, against the ocean.
And as you can see, it's very bumpy and kind of uncomfortable.
8 hours in, and frustrations are running high. I'm almost done. Every muscle in my body is screaming at me to stop.
And at the moment, my angling ego is on the deck. I can't feel my arm. Oh, Bobby, where's the fish? They're not playing.
With the sun beginning to set, time is of the essence. We have to think strategically and target specific areas of where to catch our Giant Trevally.
We're just coming over what some people refer to as an upwelling or a seamound. It's like an underwater mountain, and the way the currents hit it, things stick to the mountain like little organisms. And then the smaller organisms feed on that. Small fish feed on the small organisms, and then the big fish feed on the small fish. Now, I was a GT, or a red bass, or a coral fish, I'd want to hang out here.
Oh, yes! He's in!
About time.
He is in! Yes, Bobby!
It's a GT and it's really straining that rod. We need it in the boat now or it's gone.
Do not lose it. I beg you, don't lose it.
Yes!
You did it! It was only a matter of time. I never doubted you for a second.
Thank
All
you.
this error.
Well, well, well.
He's not the biggest GT you'll ever see. The Grand Tour of the Pacific, the Giant Trevally. It is built for the kill. And the way the Giant Trevally attacks its prey is actually, it headbutts it. And then when the prey is stunned, the Trevally turns round and then devours it. It's got one of the best propulsion systems in the Pacific. And the power comes from this aft end here. A beautiful specimen of a Giant Trevally. Well done, Bobby. Let's get his breath back.
The numbers of this species are struggling, so I return the GT to its home.
There, he's away. He's away.
Whew. Sometimes fishing is a fight, and having caught the GT and left the storm at sea, we've won our battles today. It's my final day on Papura, and I'm determined to see what the deeper waters have to offer. With warnings of a cyclonic weather system on its way, we've only got a couple of hours to fish the ocean beyond the reef. The perfect catching ground for the legendary Spanish mackerel. Spanish mackerel are razor-toothed torpedoes, sometimes called smokers, due to the speed the line zips out of the reel and smokes after they hit on the bait.
You ready?
I'm ready to go with
Are you sure you're ready?
Let's do it.
Come on then. Let's go.
Willie, our driver, makes sure our lines stay untangled as we trawl,
Come on, let's wish these fish on.
and keeps an eye on the rapidly worsening weather, while we keep our sensors poised for the telltale signs of fish.
Now, we always look for natural indicators to show us where the fish are, be it birds in the sky looking down, on a show feeding on bait fish, but also the sound of the engine makes them curious, brings them to the surface, they see what the boat is, and then they see behind our lures. You see them? Great sign, everybody, great sign. Got a lot of birds feeding. And we're just gonna troll through that feeding area. And how I can tell there's been feeding in this area, not only are there birds around, you can see small oil slicks on the water, and you can actually smell the oil in the air.
When Spanish mackerel attack prey, they are ferocious, and up ahead, we can see some commotion.
So the mackerel are around here.
We just need them to go for one of our lures before the weather closes in.
Guess what a take! He's a nice one. He's a beauty. That is one lean, mean hunting machine. And you've got a good 4 kilogram, 9 pound mackerel there. I mean, this creature's got many things in its favor when attacking a bait fish, but that, at the forward end, is what a pilchard or a squid is confronted with. And it just makes me think, being a bait fish in these parts must be a terrifying existence. Bobby, you're a genius, man, you're a genius.
Let's do it again, Robson.
Oh, who took a fishing bill this morning?
Let's get these
I
lures
think
out
the
again.
animal did.
Come on.
But the weather has other plans for us.
Bloody weather, Bobby.
It's got nasty.
Where's the Solomon sunshine?
A storm front is approaching fast.
We have got a serious weather system coming in. Have a look at that.
With the threat of a cyclone drawing nearer, we're forced back to shore. In conditions like these, it's too dangerous to be on the water. So I'm heading inland, in search of the Solomon Islands' greatest prize.
You know, fishermen all over the world use different methods to catch fish. And sometimes it's the method that dictates the species. But for the locals in these parts, it's the species and sometimes the surrounding materials available that dictates the method.
I've travelled 10 miles west to the village of Kalip to learn a local fishing method.
And the method the villagers use here to catch fish is netting and spearing. And there's one particular species they love to capture and eat, and that's the milkfish, better known as the bandeng.
I'm here to meet a bandeng fisherman, 24-year-old Rowley. He and his forefathers have been hunting the bandeng for hundreds of years, and as it happens, they're pretty good at it.
Hi guys, which guy's Rowley? Rowley?
Rolling here.
Robson, how are you? All right. Nice to meet you. Can I tell you something? Things haven't been going well for us, Rowley. The weather has been awful. Please tell me you got some good news for me. Please tell me we're going to catch fish.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
You guarantee?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah.
I love you, Rowley.
Rowley's promised to teach me to fish like a true Solomon Islander, and he's invited me to stay the night in the village.
Been chewing the nut as well. Everybody's on the nut. The way this fishing trip's been going, you haven't got a spare nut on you, have you? Know what I'm saying? Yeah? We'll get some later. Know what I'm saying?
The betel nut is the seed from the areca palm, which grows in much of the tropical Pacific. Chewing the nut acts as a stimulant and heightens the senses.
Good to see you.
Here in the village, it also helps folks unwind. And before fishing, that's exactly what Rowley thinks I need to do. The chewing of the betel nut is mixed with ground coral and lime leaf. This increases saliva, which helps absorb the active ingredient arecaline into the bloodstream.
Very heady.
And then we use the betel nut for after dinner.
I bet you do. It's like a quadruple espresso. You got a hit.
can't speak. I can't feel my lip.
I can't feel my nose.
I love you, Rolly. I love you.
But the beetle nut and fishing are not a good mix. I've travelled too far to lose the chance of catching the bandeng.
Oh well, get a good night's kip and call it Pasa.
I need to sober up and pray for the perfect conditions, because in the morning, I need to have my wits about me, as I'm after the most legendary fish in the Solomon Islands.
Would you believe it? Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. With the wind comes the rain. I got 24 hours left. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Tasca, the leap did it! Harold!
My Solomon Islands fishing mission has been an angling adventure like no other.
You did it!
And I've been tested to my limits.
Can't feel me arm.
I travelled to the remote village of Kalip to meet the island people and learn their ways.
I love you, Rolly.
And to catch a species that has been around for over 100 million years. It's my final day fishing in the Solomons, and the weather has finally cleared. With fresh conditions upon us, I can launch my hunt for the bandeng. These fish live in saltwater lagoons, which can be found on many of the Solomons' low-lying islands. It's here that the fish finds its favourite food source, algae. The bandeng is a toothless herbivore. It's evolved over millions of years to effectively convert algae into protein, giving it explosive power, so extreme it can become airborne. They put up one heck of a fight, so to catch it, I'll need all the help I can get.
You keep it steady for me? Good lad. So, me and the lads are off to Beer Island, aptly named because it's not only where the milkfish hang out, it's where these guys go for a beer, because back at the village, they can't have a drink.
Due to religion and tradition, it's rare to find Solomon Island ladies drinking alcohol, so, out of respect, these guys drink away from home.
You wanted to get immersive, Robson? I think that's about to happen. Come on, I'm doing all the work here. We'll put you back into it, lads. Hurry, we're making hard work of this. Tell you what, some of these old boys would be claiming their pension back home. They've just put me to shame on that boat.
Being a plankton feeder, the bandeng won't be interested in any replica bait or fish lure, so I'm going to catch it the local way.
So we're using a net, and I take it this thing. Yeah? An actor with a harpoon. What could possibly go wrong?
While the lads prepare the nets, Rowley's taking me over to the lagoon where the bandeng live.
What happens on the high tide? There's a run-in to the islands for all the fish going there to feed on the algae.
And then obviously when the tide drops, they're stuck. And that's the time we go and catch them.
These lagoons are created after a high tide retreats and leaves a pool of trapped water. It's here the bandeng gorge themselves on algae and can grow more than 1.5 meters in length.
Wow, that is a kind of paradise for milkfish.
We're gonna jump in the water and then we drop in the net. And then we just stay inside.
So you're going to put a net in, like a gill net.
Yeah.
We're all going to go behind the net and corral the fish towards the net.
Yes.
And as the fish are trapped, you've allowed me the pleasure, the honour and the privilege to harpoon one. Yeah, you won't be laughing if I harpoon your leg, Bonnie lad. Yeah.
As a spear isn't my fishing tool of choice, I'm going to need some practice.
Well, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. This coconut represents a milkfish. So we corralled the fish towards the net. The fish sense they're trapped. I'm giving the signal and I fire. Idiot! I'm only 5 feet away and I miss. Oh my goodness. Pressure. Just relax, Robson. There we go. There we go. Look at that. And a milkfish is on me.
Well done, Robson. You've hit a coconut.
Now for the real thing. Brilliant. Look at these guys. Just working as a team. And I'm the new signing. You've got to be careful because these fish can move in the water and can become airborne. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Nutted by a milkfish in the Solomon Islands.
We've extended the net to the edges of the lagoon and are now trying to spook the fish into a corner. But the thick mud underfoot is making progress extremely hard.
Well, at the moment we haven't caught any fish because the fish got wise. They've gone into the mangroves. Coil spray. I'm ready. I mean, this might seem like a simple method to catch fish, but the bandeng is no ordinary fish. It is incredibly powerful and explosive. And at the moment, it's just outwitting us. But slowly but surely, we're heading them off at the pass.
This mud is getting the better of us. I'm desperate to spot the milky scales of this fish, but the dark waters are making it almost impossible. Finally, Rolly and I spot the bandeng lurking in the shallow, murky waters. I have to be quick. I can't put a foot wrong. These fish are as fast as lightning. It's easy to see why this fish is one of the most challenging catches around. And it looks like it's just slipped through our fingers. But it hasn't slipped through the net.
Nice one. All that trouble, all that terrible weather, all that waiting has now disappeared. Because this is why I came to the Solomon Islands. You have there the milkfish. In some parts of the world they call it bangos, but in these parts they call it the bandeng. And it's a huge herring, it's an ox-eye herring. And it is, pound for pound, one of the best fighting fish in the ocean. It is a short mouth, toothless herbivore that has a certain penchant, a certain taste for algae. And this fish converts that algae into rocket fuel because this creature here is an underwater missile. Explosive, challenging, and extreme. You beauty. 4 kilos of bandeng. That'll feed the lot of us.
We'll have that with a beer, eh? Excellent stuff.
Back in the village, the women prepare the bandeng for dinner, which gives me time to embellish the truth.
I caught the milkfish. Yeah. I don't know, yeah, I was the one who harpooned it. Yeah. Did roly-toly, yeah. You know, sometimes fishing can be a selfish pursuit and an isolationary existence. But here in the village, with these guys, it's all about teamwork, unity, togetherness, depending on one another. Because in the end, dinner depends on it. 10 out of 10, Rolly. 10 out of 10.
My Solomon Islands adventure has been one incredible journey. I fished with some of the best.
Yes, Bobby! What a take! Tasker's in.
Battled hard with an aggressive dog-toothed fighter.
That just exploded onto the lure.
Tested my endurance to the limit.
I know the fish are there to bloody see. Can't feel me arm.
And caught the bandeng, a formidable force that can outrun a whole village.
You never doubted me for a second, did you?
Above all, this wonderful place has proved to be an extreme fisherman's paradise.
Okay, let's try and catch another fish. This is great. It's non-stop angling action, I tell you, from start to finish. Yep. Tell you what, I got another fish. It's an archer fish. Oh my lord! Are you kidding me? I tell you what. These archer fish are fearless. Oh! And I said archer fish were small. That's a good kilogram. My goodness, that's going to cause some damage. That thing could put out a fire with its jet of water. That is a seriously extreme archer fish. What a beauty. You come to the Solomon Islands and you'll catch an archer fish about 1 kilogram in weight. Biggest archer you'll ever see, I tell you. He is huge. And look at those black and white stripes. Newcastle United. It was meant to be. Fate brought me here.
With his extensive knowledge of these waters, Harold is about to show me that not everything needs a hook and a line to retrieve it.
Is the starfish any good? No.
These shellfish will add to our dinner.
That there, believe it or not, is an oyster. Tea oyster. We can tell by this shape here. And these crab shells.
Really good eating. Get a few sea urchins, and I tell you what, we'll have a buffet to remember. A smorgasbord of shellfish and mantis shrimp.
At sunset, we return to cook our freshly caught dinner with Tasker.
What a great day. That was a good day. Beautiful weather, great company. We caught our target. Subsistence fishing at its best. Really warm, welcoming people. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Good night.
But it's a perfect spot for the likes of the GT because, see the waves crashing against the bank there, and that means a lot of oxygen, like the massive injection of adrenaline for the fish. And there's kind of a feeding channel and the drop-off. So we're just trying to get our lures on the money, and hopefully the GTs will take. Bumpy, uncomfortable, not easy. But when has anything in angling ever been easy?
Fishing in these conditions is all about stamina and power.
Man, this is good core exercise.
When that GT takes the lure, any hesitation means you lose the fight. These fish are fast and furious.
Was that a take?
Damn, that was a trevally.
Looked like a sideswipe just.
Got their attention. Yes! Off!
You had a follow.
Oh, big one. Oh. That was a GT.
Tell you what, they are not cooperating today. Bobby and I are doing everything right. He's had a Giant Trevally breach him. He's had 2 big follows, but no bite. It's only a matter of time. It really is.